Problem number 6 starts out easy enough. Are the banks fully utilizing their lending capacity? Well, we know the transaction deposits, and we know their total reserves, and we know their reserve ratio, so easy stuff. Part B, what would happen to the money supply initially if the public deposited another $30 billion of cash in transactions? What are the parts that make up the money supply, and have they changed? You'll find the definition of the money supply on page 298 in your textbook, and you'll see that parts of that we're just moving money from one part of the money supply to another part of the money supply. But when you increase deposits, you increase lending capacity, don't you? And so that's what Part C is about, and it's the lending capacity of the banking system, so you need to use the money multiplier. In Part D, we have whatever that lending capacity of the banks is that we compute in C, that new increased lending capacity, and how large then would the money supply be if the banks used all that lending capacity. Go back to your definition of the money supply to see what's the total lending capacity and what goes into the money supply. Keep in mind that the money supply includes cash held by the public. Part E asks about the steps the Fed could take to offset that potential growth in the M1. On page 307 in your textbook, this talks about what the Fed can do to increase the money supply. It also works in the other direction as well, so that's where you're going to look to find that answer.